It's winter, it's cold, and we're all talking about the value of government services for some reason. So here's the story of how the blizzard of 1888 was so bad it changed how America thought about disasters. It's March 1888 and the Northeast is feeling pretty smug. The winter's been mild. Remember, they didn't have anything like weather satellites. They didn't even have Al Roker. So seemingly out of nowhere, Mother Nature drops a nor'easter of epic proportions. Winds hit 85 miles per hour, temperatures drop, and over 2 days, up to 50 inches of snow buries the region. That's over 4 feet, or roughly 1 Danny DeVito. New York City was wrecked. Snowdrifts hit 50 feet tall. People had to tunnel out or climb through second-story windows just to escape. Transportation, dead. Trains froze, stranding passengers for days. Ships in New York Harbor were tossed around like toys. Over 200 of them were wrecked. In communication, well, all those new telegraph lines snapped like twigs across the region, cutting off the Northeast entirely from the rest of the country. But here's the true kicker. Emergency services basically non-existent at the time. Firefighting was privatized or volunteer-based, and FEMA was still a twinkle in Uncle Sam's eye, so people were on their own. Over 200 lives were lost, including U.S. Senator Roscoe Conkling, who tried to walk through the storm and collapsed in a snowbank. And this being before smartphones, TV, or radio, no one knew the true extent of this damage for days. But once everyone did dig out, the damage was staggering. $20 million in New York City alone, which is well over around $600 billion today. New York City decided that having all of its electrical and telegraph lines dangling above ground was maybe not the best idea, so they bury them underground, which is why today most of the city's infrastructure is hidden from view. The storm also exposed how bad things could get when transportation shut down, which pushed New York to fast-track the development of its subway system, and that's why today, New York's subway is built like a fortress, even if sometimes it doesn't always feel that way. The blizzard also highlighted how woefully unprepared cities were for disasters. Cities started creating government systems to handle emergencies, including snow removal, emergency shelters, and relief distribution. On a national level, the blizzard helped spark the creation of the U.S. Weather Bureau in 1890, now the National Weather Service, and added momentum to the push for a federal disaster response agency. It showed that disasters and even the very weather doesn't stop at city or even state limits and needs a coordinated effort. This single storm didn't just bury the Northeast, it reshaped it. And it proved that sometimes it takes a catastrophe to push people towards progress. Sometimes things are truly at their worst right before the spring.